Hi, small business owners of Kenya. Caitlin Ciandel here, co-founder and CEO of Kuza. And today I wanted to talk about stock, about your inventory, and how it affects these four things. So we're going to go through each of them. And then at the very end, I'm going to talk to you about how Kuza can help you understand all of this a little bit better and a little bit more easy. Let's get started. So first up is stock as an asset. So here we have the definition of an asset. An asset is anything that a business owns that can be sold for money. So whether that's an inventory, whether that let's say you don't rent, but you own the building or the shop, that's also considered an asset. Let's say you have also multiple cars that the business owns, that's also considered an asset. So an asset is really anything that a business owns that can be sold for money. So your inventory, your stock is actually considered an asset. This is very important to understand and know because, I'm in a lot of Facebook groups here with small businesses and I'm constantly seeing small shops being sold with inventory and they're being sold at extremely low prices. Clearly it's a move of desperation of the owner and we obviously only wish them blessings and abundance. But if you want to actually sell your business and you want to do it in an empowered, good way, you need to understand the value of your business. And an asset and understanding your assets helps you to value your business. So it's very important to understand that your stock is actually considered an asset to your business because you will be selling it for money. Let's go to the next one. Now, because you'll be selling your stock for money to your customers, stock is tightly linked to also your revenue and your profit. So revenue is the total earnings of your business, so your income, and profit is what is left over after your expenses. Stock generates your revenue, which rules your profit. So it's really important for us to understand as well what is the buying price of our stock so that we can, and not only the buying price of our stock, but also the other expenses that our business incurs so that we can price our stock and our inventory correctly. So let's talk a little bit more about pricing our inventory correctly. I've worked with a lot of small business owners, and especially when it comes to figuring out what the profit is. One of the issues that we see a lot is that business owners just go, oh, well, the buying price minus the selling price minus buying price equals profit. Now, while that is one form of profit, yes, that is not the profit that's going to keep you up and running, right? What we want to know, so that's essentially your gross profit. What you want to know is your net profit, after you pay for all of your expenses. So if you have a store, you want to take into account your rent, your salaries for your employees. Are you paying a commission? Do you buy food when you are at your shop? Do you buy food for your employees? Steama, water, all of these are expenses. So an expense is a cost a business incurs in running their operations, transport, all of these things, taxes. So if you guys import, what are the taxes on that? All of these need to be taken into consideration when you're pricing your inventory. Otherwise, you will be selling at a loss and eventually your business will close. So yes, we want to make sure we're pricing our inventory correctly, that we're taking into account all of our expenses so that we can make sure that we are a profitable business at the end of the day. And also to make sure that we can still negotiate with our clients and still not be negotiating ourselves into a loss. So yes, this is why stock is also connected to your expenses. And it's also important to know and to note that stock is not counted as an expense until it's sold, right? So until you sell that item, that's when that one particular item can now be calculated with its expense. This is something that Kuza does automatically for you. And we'll talk a little bit more and show you that at the end of this informational video. Let's go to the next one. So the last piece of our square is talking about how stock is related to cash flow. So cash flow is the net balance of cash moving into and out of a business. This is different than profit, right? So profit is like at the end of the day, like are we making, well, actually at the end of the month, are we at the end of the year, are we actually making money or are we losing money? Are we earning more than we're spending? Are we selling more than it costs to operate the business? What cash flow looks at and tells us is how much, like what is the flow of money into and out of our business on a regular basis, right? So it's like you could have, okay, I want to say something else before I go into this. So for example, you could, as a business, like let's just say right now, times are hard, the economy is crazy, all the taxes that are coming down the pipeline are insane. Now, because of this, it may affect certain businesses' ability to sell, depending on your client base and depending on the products that you're selling. So your revenue may go down. So maybe your cash inflow is weakening, but you have saved money for your business, so you can still operate the business, right? So the cash outflows is a bit heavier or it just maintains how it is, but you're not needing to shut down your business because you have that money saved and you can still flow money throughout the business. Now, stock messes with our cash flow. It doesn't mess up our cash flow, but it affects our cash flow. Why? I take money, cash. Remember, cash is king. Cash is king. I take cash, I go buy inventory. Now my cash has transformed from money into a product. Now my money is now locked inside that product. Until I sell that product, I won't see cash again. So we need to be strategic about the stock that we're buying, because you don't want to just have a store filled with stock that's not moving, because that means that essentially your cash inflow is locked until you can move that stock. And that's why it's so important to understand your stock and to understand how you want to buy your stock. When do you want to buy inventory? What items should you be buying? And this is where Kuza can help you. So let me just show you how we can help. And again, I hope this was informational. And if you guys have any questions, drop them in the comments below. Let's go to a small demo of Kuza and how we help you manage your inventory.
Check a stock report at Kuza. Stock report. So hii inakuonyesha value ya stock yako, and unaweza angalia different branches. So as of July 2023, hii ndio stock value yangu kwa all branches, but unaweza angalia different branches, and then hii inakuonyesha total items. Hii ni different products, so this means you're stocking 135 different products. Then the total quantity ya products zote, all items kwa maduka zako zote, all branches, 32,725. If you click the stock value, it shows you stock value is the total value of all your stock across locations calculated at the buying price. So this is very important because it shows you your top selling items and your top generating items. But it's good to look at bigger margins. So tell me for the month. For the month, all branches, charger ndio zinauza sana. You can see charger large hayuzi sana. So, and you can see the top revenue generating, you can see kwa hiyo mwezi. So hiyo mwezi, when you want to restock, you will know what items to restock more of. And you can check on different branches. Because in Westlands, tunaweza kwa tunauza dresses sana kuliko i branch ingine. Then you can check for the whole year. Then you'll decide uta move forward na which products in your next business year.